Thank you for coming this afternoon. My name is Keith Tebow, and I'm the director of Fall River's Public Access Television Station, which is located obviously here at Bristol Community College. Back in 1999, then BCC President Eileen Farley and Mayor Ed Lambert reached an agreement to have the public access station located here at BCC, and we're glad that that has happened. The station went on the air in early 2000. It's actually been about 4 years since we launched the station here at BCC. And in that span has been a great communications resource, we think, for the community. In the past few months, we've been looking at ways to make our station more presentable and more in tune with how we serve the community. And those changes we're going to unveil today. First and foremost, we're looking at our identity. Since 2000, we were known as Fall River Public Access Television, or FRPA. But since that time, we are located, of course, at Bristol Community College, and our resources are here for the entire Fall River community, so we thought it would be a good idea to include community in our name. So effective today, our new name is Fall River Community Television, or FRCTV. And we think that is a better name for the station based on what we actually do here in our community. Before we talk about some of the changes that are going to take place, I'd like to introduce a couple of people who will say a few words who have been integral to our success from the beginning and to this day. As we talked about the partnership between BCC and the City of Fall River, Mayor Ed Lambert has played a key role in that. In the early stages of public access here in Fall River, the studio was located, and the mayor may remember this, in very cramped quarters in the basement of the main library in downtown Fall River. Well, the mayor saw that as a hindrance, obviously, for people who want to use our resources. And that's what began the relationship with then President Eileen Farley of BCC to create what we have here today. So I'd like Mayor Lambert to come up and say a few words. Mayor?
Keith, thank you very much, and it's a great pleasure to be here, not only with you, but Dr. Sprague representing the Bristol Community College community. And indeed, if it weren't for this campus's embrace of this public access effort, we wouldn't be able to be talking about a vibrant community access channel that people tune into to get information, to be more involved in their government, to be more involved in policy debates in their community. And I'm very, very grateful that once again BCC, under the leadership of Jack Sprague, is involved in another component of its community. Community colleges are great, and that name community implies reaching out beyond the borders of the campus. This campus has always done that, and Jack, under your leadership, that continues to happen, so we appreciate that very, very much. This is a great partnership for the City of Fall River, for the citizens of Fall River. Keith accurately depicts where the seeds of public access were planted in this community. And while we were grateful to have a little place at the library, the public access, to the extent it now exists, wasn't there. The equipment wasn't there. We have worked and are continuing to work in partnership with BCC through funding that we get from Comcast as part of the city's contract with them to help supply not only a great opportunity for residents, but for students here at Bristol Community College to be involved in a growing cable programming network here, to get some hands-on experience, and also to be part of bringing not only government but local issues closer to people here in our community. This is where I'll put in a plug for my own program, City Beat, which airs several times a week on this station. But that's an opportunity for me, for instance, to bring information to the community. As a mayor, I'm the subject of criticism on this channel as well. But that's what happens in a free democracy. People have the ability to come and tape programs, not only to learn from this channel, but to help get the message out about important community events. And I think that that's something vital for a community that cares very much about what happens here in Fall River. So I think that for an electorate and for others that are passionate about what happens in their community, a good, strong public access channel is vitally important. So I know that the name change is one thing, but it comes with continued growth of this program, and we're very pleased to see that happen, Keith, with the hard work that you and the staff and the students do here as well. So we look forward to a continued partnership, and I'm here to, again, remind people in the community that this channel is here, that it's here for their benefit, and that they should take full opportunity to hear what happens here, to watch what happens, and also to be part of it in any way they can. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. The other half of that partnership, of course, that the Mayor brought up was Bristol Community College. I came on board here in late July of 2000. That was only about 3 weeks after Dr. John Sprague became BCC's third president. And in that time, since that time, both the president and the college community have been extremely supportive of our efforts. And we continue to work together to try, as the mayor pointed out, to weave what we do here at FRCTV into the educational mission of the college. And now I'd like to introduce Dr. John Sprague to say a few words. Dr. Sprague?
Well, thank you, Keith. It's my pleasure to be here. What an exciting event this is. The television studio plays a great role not only on our campus at the college, but also in the community. You know, I often kid that people, when I go out and make speeches, that community is our middle name at BCC. And now, with FRCTV, Keith will be able to say the same thing. Community is your middle name. And I think it's much more significant than a mere name change to have community at the focal point of the Access Television, and as it is such a focal point for Bristol Community College. I want to point out the great benefit that this partnership has for the college. Our students are trained and acquire great skills in communication, as well as technical skills in the production and the management and all the arrangements that go into a complicated telecast, a complicated project such as a telecast. Also, I'm very proud of the partnership that we have with the community. Mayor Lambert's outstanding leadership has helped us cement this partnership, and we're very proud of the fact that we serve the community. As an informative agent, this television programming is very important for the community, the citizens of Fall River, to learn and become really acquainted with some of the key issues of the day. So I'm very proud of our partnership in the community and on the college, the benefit that it brings our students, and of course it falls squarely within the mission of Bristol Community College to serve the community. And Keith, I want to thank you for your great work as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sprague. I'd also like to recognize some people who have joined us here today for our announcement. We have representatives from the Bristol County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Tom Hodgson is in the back of the room, as is Bernie Sullivan and Paul Kazera from the Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Hodgson produces a program as well that's aired on FRCTV called Just in Time, and it is actually produced out of the New Bedford cable access studio, and we're proud to share the information that the sheriff has to offer with our viewers as well here in Fall River. So thank you for coming, Sheriff, today. Also on hand with us today is Nancy Leonardo, who is the Government Relations Manager for Comcast. Of course, without Comcast, we wouldn't have a channel because we're on the Comcast cable system. And Comcast has been a strong supporter of community access in all the communities in Massachusetts and in all the areas that they serve. So Nancy, thank you for coming today as well. I'd also like to recognize a few other people who really need to be recognized for the work they do. Running an operation like this takes more than just, one person. I happen to be out in front many times when it comes to the station activities. However, I am blessed to have two staff members who have worked tirelessly since they have been here, and they are a big part of what we do. Ricardo Rebello has been with us since the start. Actually was here before I came on board in 2000, and Michelle Lucas joined us in, I believe, September of 2001. And they are always working with students, community producers, as well as working on projects on their own. And I'd like to recognize them for all the work they do. Unfortunately, they can't be recognized because they're working right now as we speak. But I want to thank them for all the work that they do for us here at FRCTV. The other group that I'd like to pay particular attention to are the dozens of community producers who either produce programs or submit programs that we air here on FRCTV. Without them, we wouldn't have a channel. Back in 2000, when the channel was launched, we had approximately 10 programs per week, and that was not a lot at the time. Since that time, we have seen our program schedule consistently grow to a point that we consistently have anywhere between 35 to 40 different programs airing on the channel each week, and that number fluctuates as well depending on the time of the year and what's going on in the city. And that is a testament to how our services are being embraced here in the city of Fall River. All right, let me take a few moments to talk about some of the changes that are going along with the name change that people will benefit on by viewing FRCTV. But let me first talk briefly about something that will not change. What will not change is our commitment to providing access to the community in terms of training, equipment, and airtime for members of our community to produce their programs of interest, their opinions, and their concerns. That will not change, and that is something that is our lifeblood. Without, again, those local programs, we wouldn't have a channel here in Fall River. If you've watched our station, which is located on Channel 95 on the Fall River cable system, when we do not have programs on the air, we have what's called a community bulletin board, which lists announcements in the community. It's a great community resource for nonprofits to announce fundraising events, meetings, activities that they're performing. It also lists our program schedule and station events. We are making a dramatic transformation in our community bulletin board, and maybe we can pop some of that up right now, Rick. Our old community bulletin board consisted basically of Microsoft PowerPoint, where we had just one slide displaying information. What you see before you now is our brand new community bulletin board. And as you can see, there's a lot going on. And I will break down what you see here so viewers can better understand the different aspects of our community bulletin board. What's different about this community bulletin board is we have different zones with different information. On the upper zone is basically just our masthead, which has, of course, our new FRCTV logo and a beautiful photo of sunset down at Battleship Cove with, of course, Fall River Community Television and also a date and time stamp. Obviously, this was recorded yesterday, so if you're concerned about the date and time, this was recorded yesterday. Our main zone, which is the large area to the right, that is where the announcements that we currently have on the station will continue to be shown. The text messages of events happening in the community, that's where that information will continue to be shown, and that is the dominant portion of the bulletin board. One thing that is different with this community bulletin board, and you can see right now, is our ability to run video in that portion. How that is important is it allows us to run station promos and public service announcements within our community bulletin board structure, something that we couldn't do in the past. And we have a number of promos that are currently running on the new bulletin board, and they will be added as we go along. We are inviting all of our producers who may be watching to submit a promo about their own program that we can integrate into this community bulletin board. So we invite any producers out there who want to, produce a short 15, 20-second promo, if you will, about your program. We can integrate that into our community bulletin board. One of the complaints that we had concerning our community bulletin board was when people were watching it, they said, well, we're watching the community bulletin board. We wanted to see the program schedule, but we don't get to see it because there's these other messages that are weaved in, and by the time the program schedule comes on, the channel has a program, and we don't get to see the program schedule. Well, in the lower left-hand corner is another zone which will constantly display our FRCTV program schedule. That will be the only information in that zone, if you will, and that will constantly be updated and rotated with the date and the listing of our program schedule. So anyone who turns on the channel, sees our bulletin board, will always be able to take a look at what's on FRCTV, as our program schedule will always be displayed in that zone, if you will. The other zone on the left-hand side, the smaller of the zones, that is just a little, what we call a hit box, where we're providing some station information. We're listing friends of FRCTV. Of course, we have the college, City of Fall River, and Comcast prominently noted. We also have station information like our next training classes for the community when they're coming up. And that small zone will just display quick, short station information and contact information and information about FRCTV. And we also have, like you see on many channels now, especially the news channels, we have a crawl at the bottom of our community bulletin board. We're still unsure as to how we're going to use that on a day-to-day basis. But right now we are just displaying a message that is asking people how they like our new look and our new logo, and give us a call for any information. So that is our new community bulletin board. We think it is very dynamic and will make a big difference to the information that we provide the community on that bulletin board. And it's going to be more appealing to the eye when that bulletin board is on the air. Because it is a very important part of our operation, we have also decided to set time each day to have the bulletin board exclusively on the channel. What I mean by that is, in the past, especially in the evening, we have programs which run, and a lot of people who turn on the channel at night have said, well, we don't get to see our community bulletin board message because there are programs on in the evening. So what we've decided to do is every day, Monday through Sunday, at 10 a.m., from 10 to 10:30 in the morning, and from 6 to 6:30 in the evening, which is a key viewing time, there will be no programs on unless there's an emergency or a special. But by and large, there'll be no programs on during those half-hour periods so people can view the information on our community bulletin board. And we think that is a benefit to the bulletin board and the benefit to the people who want to see the information on our bulletin board. So that is one of our new announcements today. Another announcement which we are unveiling today is a station website. We have not had a station website up until today. And today we are pleased to announce that we have a station website, which is located at www.frctv.org. And again, through the generosity of the Information Technology Department here at Bristol Community College, they are hosting our website. And as you can see, there is an example of the website. It's pretty straightforward, where we have, again, a masthead, which was created by Rick Ribello, who works for us here. And we have tabs on the side. If you click on the programming tab, that will come up with another menu of days, and you click on the day, and that is the program schedule for, in this case, Monday. We also have other links, information from, go ahead, Rick, you can click that link if you could. A whole page of links, government links, education links, local community links, and business links, where if you click on, of course, you will be routed to the appropriate website. Many of these websites are germane just to Fall River. Some are a regional and national scope in terms of some of the government links that we have. But again, we're here to provide information to the community through our website, as other websites do across the country and in our area. And of course, on our main page and on every page, we like to support the three factions which are very important to us. Of course, Comcast, the City of Fall River, and Bristol Community College. So that is our station website, and we invite you to visit the website again at www.frctv.org. Just a few other things before we wrap up. I just want to mention that as a station, we continue to produce programs on our own as well. We rely heavily, of course, on the community to produce programs, but we are also interested in producing programs of community need as well. And the mayor talked about his program, City Beat. We also produce a program with the Fall River City Police and Fire Departments called Public Safety Watch. That is a monthly program where each month one of the two entities produces their own program. One month it'll be the police department. The next month it will be the fire department. We also recently began a program called Your Voice on Beacon Hill, and that features our 3 state representatives who represent the city of Fall River, Representatives Correa, Sullivan, and Rodericks. And they host the show on a rotating basis as well, where each month they come in and talk about an issue which is of importance to them and their constituents in Boston. For 3 years in a row, we have also been the lone local television station to provide extended coverage of Fall River Celebrates America, and that has been a partnership with the Chamber of Commerce, which we have welcomed in the past, and we will continue to do so in the future. Last year as well, we were also heavily involved with the city's bicentennial. We taped the bicentennial parade, as well as all the lecture series that the city hosted concerning the bicentennial. And we also work with other partners during election season in trying to produce programs to introduce the community to candidates and issues that are important as we head toward election year. And we will continue to do that. President Sprague and Mayor Lambert also talked about the partnership that we have with Bristol Community College, and we are pleased that we are here at BCC because of the events that are held here at the college. They also provide programming opportunities for the community to see, and we're glad to share those with the community. We also produce a monthly program here at Bristol Community College called Around BCC, and that's a program where we talk about the people, events, and programs of the college. And of course, we're also here working with some of the programs here, the educational programs at the college, to help augment their programs of study, and we're glad to continue to do that every year. And of course, we televise other large events such as commencement and other events that take place here at Bristol Community College. We are also doing more outreach into the community, mainly some community-based organizations, to try to get them involved in producing programs here at Bristol Community College. And we will be actually having some announcements about that in the future. They haven't quite come to fruition yet, but we are working with a number of organizations in Fall River, hopefully empowering them to get involved to produce their own television program. But one announcement we can make in terms of a partnership is a partnership we have this year with the Fall River Rotary Club. For the first time, the Fall River Rotary Club auction will be televised. We are working in partnership with the auction to help produce their Rotary auction. It'll be held this year on Saturday, March 27th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. right here in the studio. There will be a lot of activity going on here that day. But for the first time, we are glad to work with the Fall River Rotary Club to present their auction and hopefully allow them to raise funds, because they do a great job in our community in helping fund dozens of local community organizations, and we're glad that we have a partnership with them and are able to help them out. The only other thing I'd like to wrap up with today is just an announcement of our next community video training class. We have our training classes every month here at FRCTV, and our next community training class will take place on Tuesday, March 2nd at 6:30 p.m. And for those people who are interested, they can just give the station a call, and they can register for those classes at that time. That's it for all we have to announce today. If anyone has any questions, we'll be glad to answer them. If not, thank you for coming.